Welcome, welcome, welcome to another fast-tracked, fun-filled, and fact-packed episode of Technical Timeout right here on the Ultimate Endgamers League YouTube channel. You found us live on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific. That's 9 p.m. Atlantic for Speedy and Eastern for everyone else. And you can always find us on demand right here. This week, we'll be talking about gambling in the UEL because, quite frankly, I am 25-3 in my predictions this season. And if Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with, well then what does that make me? I want to make a little bit of that do-re-mi-fa-sol-la-ti do. And I know you do too. We'll talk upsets, playoff predictions, and woe is me, some teams still can't figure out the procedural parts of being a team right here in the UEL. But there's two sides to every equation. Whereas some teams and players did horrible, others rose to the top like the cream of the crop. They showed up, showed out, and showed the league what they're all about. So I've got one question for you, and one question only. Are you ready? Because it's time to break forth the rhythm and the rhyme. It's time to get down like a clown like Charlie Brown and turn your frown upside down. And it's time for the UEL to shine. So what do you say we get down to that UEL beatdown? Logan Summit, and I believe skateboarding is not a crime. But if you ride a scooter, I may just drop a dime. Now it's time to talk some trash, make some predictions, lift up some individuals, and find out the nitty-grit inside the UEL. Let's get locked in. It's time for the week that was. Life moves pretty fast, and if you don't stop and look around, you could miss it. Recently, a Nintendo Switch modder has refused to shut down his website, and the highly litigious Nintendo has chosen to take him to court. No, now, most people in their right mind backed down because the last modder who said no to Nintendo lost $2.6 million. Now, Nintendo definitely doesn't need the money, but they do not want you messing with Mario. Now, the really crazy part about this story is that the modder is going to take Nintendo on in court while representing himself. Yeah, that's right. And no, he is not a lawyer. But maybe when he's done with Nintendo, he could go help out Haley the Hot Tua girl and her lawsuit because she doesn't know what she's doing and neither does her lawyer. Either way, this is going to be exciting to watch. It'll be like Herd versus Depp all over again. Konami has announced a collaboration with FIFA in the esports world. It will include 2 FIFA World Cups, and no, they will not be playing FC 24 or FC 25, the old FIFA staple game. No, no, no. They will be playing on Konami eFootball. That's right, the crooks at FIFA were hanging out saying, hey, we still need to make some money. And they're going all in on Konami. And finally, acting superstar and all-around great guy, Keanu Reeves, made his pro racing debut this weekend in the Toyota Grand Prix Cup. This guy goes to weddings for fans he meets in the lobby. He has coffee with fans on the side of the street. He rides a motorcycle. He's John Wick. I'm pretty sure he's Canadian, and he's been in the Matrix. Also, part of one of the greatest bands in the entire universe, Wild Stallions. And now he races cars professionally. Dude, leave some action for the rest of us. And now it's time for the champ and the chump. It's time for the best and the worst from the week that was. The Champ and the Chump. Give me those highlights. Champ and the Chump is brought to you by G Fuel. Go to gfuel.com and use code Logan to save yourself up to 50% off all your G Fuel wants and needs. gfuel.com, use code Logan. Save that hard-earned cashish. This week's champ is none other than Blaze owner and Tier 1 Hollywood. Tekken tells the story of why the Blaze won. Hollywood clutched up and beat Herb and KIC in Tekken. At the same time, Kittens didn't get his controller plugged in.
No, God!
And was DQ'd. On no planet should Hollywood beat any of those three, especially Herb, in Tekken. Yet the Blaze got through all of them.
Game respect from Herb. He did not start the same way that he's been starting all those other rounds with the instant aggression because he knows how dangerous Hollywood can be if he gives him anything, and we're seeing it right now. Hollywood's already closing in. He gets too low.
Now, Hollywood would tell you he knew he was going to win and is the better Tekken player. But on the day, he was. This week's chump is the Wolves. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling out the entire team.
Please, no! No!
You got checkmate by a pawn and checkmate showdown.
All of this
Stop,
damage.
stop, he's already dead.
The shenanigans is so different. All right.
There's no way. There's no way.
You had lineup issues. While you were out of timeouts, you had to FF the finals, then Dragon Ball Fighters, then Roller Champs, and then plug your controller in for CTR. But you didn't, and you literally beat yourselves. Not in a good way either. There were more FFs in this event than your post-game interview. It's time we talk in private, because I have issues. Issues is brought to you by Newer. Visit Newer.com and use code Logan to save 20% off all your content creator needs. I am literally reading this from a Newer teleprompter right now. Go to Newer.com and use code Logan to save on pro gear at amateur pricing. You take the good with the bad, and that's the facts of the UEL. The Paladins continue to be awful at shooters. They are now 4-22 on the season. TLG at 16-40 and Imperial at 17-38, still not helping the team. And like other bottom tier teams this week, the Paladins started strong and led 6-3 before completely unraveling and losing 14 straight, looking like Tin Cup on the 18th hole. With the only bright spot being rookie standout King Cryptix making his arena debut for the Paladins and playing well for his team. The Blaze versus the Ravens was a great game with a playoff feel. And it makes sense since it may be a de facto playoff game at the end of the season. Everyone on the Blaze carried their weight and had a winning record. Starting to burn bright like the Hollywood sign at night. Vape went 3-11 and Jengus went 6-9, didn't carry their weight for the Ravens. However, Ravens rookie Koza deserves some more credit. They went 11-4 and are now in the 40 club at 40-21 on the season. Another misunderstanding of the rules comes up big. Let's talk about Checkmate Showdown. If a team doesn't play 7 people, nobody gets to control 2 pieces. That's it. No biggie, no diddy. Just make sure someone has a king. Because if not, you're going down with the king like Run DMC. That loss by the Ravens was massive. I had it right. The Blaze had it right. The Ravens did not. The Clique finally looked like a top 4 team in the league as they went 7-0 in racing and 4-0 in fighting. Chat was losing their minds over Silver not playing for the Cyclones, especially since Pizza, not quite a man, got the start. Nepotism or a bad decision by the GM? Hollywood said it's the GM's fault, but you be the judge. I don't think Silver would have fixed a 13-game spread, but he was sorely missed. Is it time for Silver to ask for a trade? The Cyclones have played a league-high 12 different players. That doesn't help the lack of chemistry the team has shown all season long. Weeping Jade showed out during Overwatch. Napkin took out KIC and Skullgirls. Garto showed himself to be cooler than the other side of the pillow during Need for Speed and escaped with ease, like watching reruns of Prison Break. Despite his setup and controller issues, Kittens did play well during Apex. Learn to meditate, young man. Woosah, woosah. What about Jade in Die by the Blade? Smoking! By the way, Rookie Sin told the Wolves and the rest of the league, you are not streaming Die by the Blade. Is he right? Chicken Tech and Global did their jobs during Tekken, and we found out if you have chicken in your name, you are the GOAT at Lumina Rush. My runner-up this week for champ has to be Jekyll and the Click for that last-second win in Roller Champs. Boy, that was bad. Flip that coin, and we could chump a player on the Cyclones for putting their controller down and allowing that three-pointer in the final seconds. Don't put your controller down early. What did you learn? Jekyll at 42 and 22, Mr. OG at 41 and 24, and Chicken Tech at 40 and 20 joined the 40-40 club. Even though the Wolves were FFing around this week, we did learn they got shooters. But that's all they got. Might need to get 2 turntables and a microphone and start working on your DJ set. The Ravens desperately need to win a fighter. Please. Everyone was kung fu fighting except for you guys. Get your Jackie Chan on and grab a win. Question: is the league turning towards a 6-player meta? Signs point to yes. Now let's talk some trash. This week, Strix said the Ravens are the best Tekken team in the entire league. So what happened? The Blaze showed that they are selfish in their gameplay during sports. They need to learn one very important thing. Pass the ball, the puck, or the buck. But make a pass, for the love of God. Gartel told the Ravens, you are a one-half team. He's not wrong. The Ravens need to do something. And walk. I'm looking at you. Now it's time to make some predictions. And now it's time to break out the old magic 8-ball and make some predictions. We are currently 25 and 3 in our predictions. Will we go 29 and 3 this week? Only time will tell. On the Thursday edition of the UEL, the 2-2 Blaze face off against the 0-4 Wolves. Woo! This is another must-win for the Blaze, and you can bet the Wolves are looking to upset any playoff hopes and dreams that teams have this season. They will continue to try to grab that first win and upset playoff hopes and dreams. Will the Blaze continue to play a 6-man rotation so Hollywood and Garto can play more games? Maybe even drop down to a 5-man and just say FF to checkmate showdown? Depending on where the Wolves' heads are at, where's your head at, will depend on how close this game is. However, I do believe the Blaze will burn bright and continue down that yellow brick road towards the playoffs. On the Freaky Friday matchup, we will see Billy and the 3-1 bots take on the 0-3 Shoguns. Can the Shoguns show out in fighters against the bots? Signs point to no, but never count out New York Chris G, as he is one of the best in the world. But as we know, on any given day in the UEL, anyone can win a fighter with no download. Big congrats to Billy and Mordecai joining the 40 win club at 40 and 14 and 40 and 24 respectively. Looking good, fellas. The Bubbles has the only losing record on the team at 17 and 22. If you forget about Venix, and I guess you probably already have. The bots still have won racing last week, 4-2, and strategy as well at 5-1. Will the Bubbles return to the lineup, or will the bots try to move him and get some of those draft assets? Either way, I don't see the bots dropping this one to the Shoguns. Bots for the win. On Saturday, it's my matchup of the week and a battle of the undefeated and top teams in the North and South. It's also a preview for the finals on January 18th. It's the 5-0 X-Gods versus the 5-0 3-time defending champions, the Reapers. Both teams are kicking butt and taking names in the arena this season, but with the Reapers' depth, between Cuddles, Cat, Rez, and Ricky, Ricky is the only 51 player in the league. And oh, let's not forget about their rookie, Josh Backwards. This team is looking to 4-peat. And while I do believe in AJ and the X-God, they will need to play a perfect game to grab an early look championship win. Just think about the bragging rights the winners receive and the anxiety it will bring to the losing team when these two teams face off again. And mark my words, they will meet again in the finals of the UEL Championship, competing for all the marbles none of the kids want to play with, and all the chicken nuggies and Code Red Mountain Dew that one person can handle. It all happens on January 18th, and these are the two teams that will be there. But I do believe the Reapers will take this one to the bank and cash that check. And on our Sunday showdown, we will see the 1 and 2 Ghost versus the 3 and 1 Bandits. As the Ghosts have remained mostly invisible this season and have yet to come together as a team, I just can't bet against Jury and the Bandits. Jury is doing their job at Tier 1. He's at 32 and 15, and no one except for No Lovejoy has a losing record on the team. So the Bandits can put away the badges and grab another win. And now it's time for the segment you asked for, and ask and you shall receive. It's the Blame Game, baby! And my guest this week is your Tier 2, your owner of the Ravens. His name is, well, I am the Herb.
Yeah, I am Herb. Thank you so much for having me, Logan. I really appreciate it, man. It's the Tier 2 owner of the Ravens. I am Herb, formerly known as Pastor Herbs, but we won't get too much into that today.
No, that's where the confusion lies, but that's another story for another day. Look, you are known in this league as one of the best fighters. You have performed on the biggest stages. Well, Evo, for one. Yeah, for real. Yo, brush it off, because you deserve that love. However, the UEL isn't about individual play. It's about team play. And, well, we won't talk about Tekken, because we already discussed that. But let's take a look at this Dragon Ball Z debacle.
Oh, man.
No 2H, but gets the 2H in return. I don't know if you want to anger the beast. Both sides being patient, looking for the block here. But the overhead, this should be the death of Herb.
No.
The combo.
Oh, yeah.
Drop.
Oh, man, it's got to be heart-wrenching, especially since you are expected to win those games. Look, I need to know. You can't blame yourself, but who's to blame for this Dragon Ball Z dismal showing?
You know what? You know who I'm blaming? I'm blaming the developers at Bandai Namco for not making a good netcode. That connection is terrible. Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so delayed. No, I'm just kidding. I gotta blame Vape. I'll blame Vape today.
All right, we're blaming Vape. What didn't Vape do specifically? Because you're a gaming guru and especially a fighter guru. Tell me exactly what Vape needs to do to not be blamed.
Bruh, there's a lot of that game is not hard to play. It's a very press one button. The square goes in the square hole, the triangle goes in the square hole, the circle goes in the square hole. All you need to do is press one button. So he just got to learn how to play the game at a better fundamental level, man. It's step one. Just press square. He's got to do that. He's definitely got to do that.
All right, well, they say one of the great things about having young talent on a team is you just tell them, press this button when they do this. So I need you, Vape, to put it down, clear the smoke from around you, and understand that if you just listen to the team leaders, they may actually know something that you don't, and you won't be to blame. Yo, I just gotta say thank you so much to my main man Herb for coming by and saying hi. And you know what? Your season isn't over. As far as I'm concerned, it's just getting started. One last question for you. Should Wonk get back in, dust off the controller, and start playing?
Oh, I don't know, man. That's a great question, brother. That's a great question. I mean, hopefully she can do something for us, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know if her heart's in it, to be honest.
Well, only time will tell. We talked about it, so we shall see. And we shall see how the Ravens do. Still fighting for that playoff position. And now it's time for my hot take. You've been listening to my opinion all show long, and it's not over yet, because it's time for my hot take. All right, this week, Titus, our very own Steve Jobs, but he's much nicer to his family and his employees, was in town with the likes of Hollywood, the Cat, and Doc. And they were here for a myriad of different reasons, but one of the reasons was gambling. That's right, GTE Conference was here in Vegas, and it's a gaming conference. Not gaming like COD or the UEL, but gaming like spin and make that money, 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 money. Yes. And that's what we need right here in the UEL. If I haven't mentioned it previously, I'm 25-3 in my predictions this season and could use a little bit of that extra do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now you know that, but what you don't know is during the CDL COD Champs, I only got one pick wrong. And by the way, remember when I told you that the CDL was disbanding after this year and Saudi Arabia would be there to pick up the pieces? Guess what they did this week? They fired their entire production staff. But that's okay, because UEL will become the new CDL. Because we're going to be bigger and better. Not one game, but 33 games. And that's why we need betting in the UEL. There's so many great bets to be made. Forget about the head-on-head. Who's going to win here? Who's going to win there? The side bets galore are just absolutely amazing. What game will the wheel hit next? Who will be the first to FF? These are great side bets, and they make betting in the UEL that much more obtainable and exciting. Look, it's really hard to bet right now on esports. In America, DraftKings and FanDuel, you can bet on the CDL, but that's it. Now, internationally, you can bet on Dota 2 and League of Legends, but those are international app-based, well, you put your faith in it. I need a centralized betting industry top executive to come on into the UEL and say, we're here, now let's make it happen. I talked to a couple 24-hour betting networks and asked them, what do you do with esports? And they said, nothing. And I said, why? And they said, we haven't thought about it yet. And I said, that's no true. You're liar, liar, pants on fire. You've thought about it. You just don't have anybody over here who can handle the heat. So get out the kitchen, move out the way. Because I'm here, and I'm 25-3 in my predictions, and I want to talk about esports betting. More importantly, I want to talk about betting in the UEL. Titus, let's make it happen, because I know those of us who are of age want to get involved in a little bit of gambling and have it be part of our favorite sport and our favorite league, the UEL. And that's my hot take. And just like Tory Lanez in an 87 Stingray, I'm on my way. Yeah, just like that, it's over. But have no fear, because we will be back next week right here on the Ultimate Endgamers League YouTube channel. Every single Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, that's 9 p.m. Atlantic or Eastern, depending on what your style is. And of course, you can always watch all of the previous episodes on demand. Get buckled up, because the race for $1 million continues mañana. And we've got some great matches ahead of us. And some hot UEL action to be decided inside the arena. Get here early and get locked in, because it's going to be a good time. And I can guarantee you'll smile like a puppy seeing snow for the first time. Also, we'll find out, do I go 4-0 once again? Will we bring the record to 29-3 on the season? Only time will tell. So be good to yourself and be kind to others. Pay it forward, play it forward. Rock like a party star, party like a rock star. Smile strong, laugh loud, and last but not least, please like, follow, and subscribe so you'll know when I'll be live. I'm Logan Summit. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on Technical Timeout, right here on the Ultimate Endgamers League YouTube channel. Remember, it's where gamers go pro.